Hello children, good morning. In my last discussion, I taught you the composition of Lok Sabha and I started Rajya Sabha last day. Today I'm taking you the different things of Rajya Sabha and the powers and functions of the parliament. Okay. So first of all, the Rajya Sabha. Students, you know Rajya Sabha is the upper chamber of the parliament. So what its composition, term and qualification and so on. So first of all, the composition. You know students, the total strength of Rajya Sabha 250. 200 composition, 250 members. Okay, and out of these 250 members, 238 members come from states and union territories, and rest 12 members, you know students, rest 12 members, the president of our country as the head of the executive of the head of the executive state nominates the 12 members from a distinguished person, the distinguished person from different field of the society. That means art, culture, literature, music. So these 12 members are distinguished person of the society. So these 250 members total strength of Rajya Sabha. Qualification, now you know he or she must be a citizen of India. And another one, he or she must be less than 30, must be not less than 30 years of age. And third one, other qualification that possess or enjoys the members of the Rajya Sabha that prescribed by the parliament by law. Okay. So these are the qualifications of the members of Rajya Sabha. Now term. Students, it is very interesting thing that like the American upper house, I don't know, all of you know either the name of the upper house or not in America. Senate is the upper house and the parliament, name of the parliament is USA or America, Congress, and the upper house is Senate and lower house, House of Representatives. So like the upper house of American Senate, our Rajya Sabha term is 6 years and it is a permanent house. Why it is permanent house? Because the president cannot dissolve the upper house of the parliament like the Lok Sabha. Every after second years, 1/3 of its member retire. Every after second years, 1/3 of its total members retire. And the term of the member is 6 years. But what happened? Every after second year, 1/3 of its member retire. So it is not at a time like the Lok Sabha dissolved, not at a time. So it is called a permanent house. Election, what I told you, 238 members come from the state and union territories and 12 members nominated by the president. So how these 238 members comes by what type of election? It is a indirect election. Indirect election. Okay. So the members of the State Legislative Assembly. One thing I am telling you, the state legislature, it is a federal state and every state has its own legislature, and the lower house is called Vidhan Sabha or State Legislative Assembly. So every state, the members of the State Legislative Assembly elect the members of the Rajya Sabha in every state. And for the case of union territories, the parliament time to time prescribe the law, or according to the parliamentary decision, the union territories send their members to the Rajya Sabha. And in the case of states, the members of the State Legislative Assembly elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. And you know, the 12 members nominated by the President of India. So this is the composition term of the Rajya Sabha. And qualification also I am just told you. Now, an election procedure, proportional representation by single transferable vote. The election method is a proportional representation by single transferable vote. Not easy method in direct election, just like a direct election. It is a proportional representation by a single transferable vote. Okay, so these are the functions, these are the elections of the members of the Rajya Sabha. Now, parliament functions. Of parliament. Powers and functions of parliament. Actually, we know that the foremost functions of the parliament is to make laws. But the Parliament of India performs multi-functions. It is a multifunctional institution or organization. There are so many functions that our parliament or Indian parliament performs. So what type of function the Indian parliament performs? Number one is legislative function. Legislative function. So we know legislative function means is to make laws. So what type of legislative function that Indian parliament performs? Number one, subject under union list. Students, you know, before I told you that the total administrative subject divided into 3 lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. So students, you know the subjects under the union list, you know the subjects which are of national importance. So this type of subjects is the sole authority to make laws regarding this subject, the parliament. Parliament has the power to make laws, the subject under the union list. Number 2, residuary power. Residuary powers. So the total administrative subject divided into three lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. Other than these three lists, there are some subjects: economic planning, civil law. There are so many subjects that type of subjects are not included in the state list, union list, and concurrent list. So these subjects are called residuary powers, and these powers and the lawmaking power of these subjects vested in the hands of the parliament. So in case of residuary power, the parliament enjoys sole authority. So this is residuary power, and this power, that means the subject that are not included in the three lists, the law are the subject that included in the residuary power, the sole authority to make regarding this subject, who enjoys the power? The parliament. So I think all of you understood. Now matters in the state list. But subjects in the state list. State list. Students, you know that the subjects that included in the state list, the sole authority to make law regarding this subject, who possess the sole authority? The state legislatures or state legislative assembly or state legislature. Okay, but in the case of emergency, or when the proclamation of emergency is going on throughout the state, then at that moment the parliament have the power to make laws on that subject included in the state, that included in the state list. So the matters in the included in the state list or subject included in the state list during the proclamation of emergency, the parliament have the power to make laws regarding this subject. Ordinance. Ordinance. What is ordinance? Ordinance, you know, if any emergency situation and parliament is not in session, then president has the power to make laws. But it is necessary to approve by both the house of parliament. Later, it is necessary to approve by both the house of parliament. But ordinance what? During, if the emergency situation arises and the parliament is not in session, at that moment what happens? The president makes law. And after that the approval of the parliament is necessary. Okay, so these are the legislative function or legislative powers of the parliament. Now students, 2 number, executive functions. Executive functions or control over the executive. Students, how the parliament performs the executive function? You know, in this matter, the Lok Sabha, the lower house, enjoys exclusive power. For what? To control the executive or council of ministers. The Lok Sabha enjoys exclusive power than the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so by asking question, by adjournment motion, by censure motion, by no confidence motion, by cart motion, the Lok Sabha control over the executive. You know, no confidence motion. Before you already read no confidence motion. If the Council of Minister or executive lost the confidence of the Lok Sabha, then the Council of Minister has to resign. So, in the case of controlling over the Council of Minister or executive, Lok Sabha possesses tremendous power. By how? By asking question or interpellation, by adjournment motion, by censure motion, by no confidence motion, by cut motion. Okay. So, controlling the executive or council of minister, in the case of controlling the council of minister or executive, the parliament possesses very important function. Now, number 3, financial function. Financial function. In my first class, I told you that Parliament enjoys important functions in the matter of finance. In the matter of finance, the Parliament possesses or enjoys very important function. You know, in the case of money bill, Lok Sabha introduced money bill, Lok Sabha passes money bill, and both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have the power to pass the money bill, and after that President consent is necessary. But in the financial, you know, national budget, the Parliament has the power to pass the national budget. The Parliament has the power to pass the national budget. In supplementary grant. Supplementary grant, you know, if the amount of the then or current financial year is not sufficient, then what happened? The Parliament demand the grant for grant, and this is called supplementary grant. If it is insufficient for the current financial year, then the House or the Parliament demand the grant for some expenditure, or it is called supplementary grant. And budget, you know, the total estimate income and expenditure of a financial year. What is budget? Budget is a total income and expenditure of a financial year. And who possesses the sole authority to pass the budget? The Parliament, or the Parliament has the power to pass the national budget. So, in the case of financial matter, you know, the Parliament has the sole authority in the case of financial matter. That means the budget, you know, what important thing, who passed the national budget? Parliament. So, first legislative function, then executive functions, that mean control over the executive, and financial function. In these 3 functions also already completed, and I think all of you understood. Now, amendment of the Constitution. Amendment of the Constitution. You know, all of you know about Constitution, because before, I think you are the students of class 10, so I think all of you should know the Constitution. And Constitution, you know, not static, it is changeable, either rigid or flexible Constitution, but more or less it is changeable. So, how it can be changed? Here also the Parliament possesses the exclusive power. both the houses of the parliament initiate the resolution for amending the constitution. Here the state legislature has no power to initiate the resolution for amending the constitution. So for the what is constituent power? For amending or to amend the constitution, the parliament also possesses the exclusive power to amend the constitution. Now, judicial function. Judicial function. You know, the president is removed by the impeachment. If any problem or if president accused, then he removed by impeachment. But the resolution or for accusing the president initiate either both house of parliament. You know, the president removed by impeachment, but the sole authority enjoys the parliament because the resolution for accusing the president initiate in the houses of the parliament. The judges of the Supreme Court, High Court also removed. The judges of the Supreme Court and High Court cannot be removed by the president only. Here also the resolution or joint sitting to initiate the resolution. So in case of removal of president and in case of the removal of judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, the parliament also enjoys exclusive power. And another one, you know, if any person disregards the house or disobey the house or disturb the working of the house, then the parliament punish that type of that particular person. If any person obstructing or disturbing the working of the house, then the parliament punish that person. And last not the least, electoral function. What type of electoral function that parliament possesses? You know, you just recall the election of the president. You know, election of our president elected by a electoral college, and how this electoral college formed. Students, the electoral college formed by the members of the both houses of the parliament and the members of the state legislative assembly. So the parliament has the power to elect the president of our country, because first form the electoral college and then it is electoral college elect the president of our country. Vice President, Speaker, you know also. Speaker, in case of the election of a Speaker, the Lok Sabha has the power to elect the Speaker among its members. And Vice President, there is no need to members of the Legislative Assembly, only the members of the both Houses of Parliament elects the Vice President of our country. Okay, so in the Parliament of our country possess very exclusive or multi-function. What type of function? Multi-function? Legislative function, executive function, financial function. Executive function, that means the control over executive, judicial function, electoral function, and constituent function, that means to amend or to change the constitution. Okay, students.